can see the lines. Perfect.
Poop, poop, poop.
Louder poops.
Poop.
Pee-pee.
Perfect. Can I have a word? One word prompt, please?
Green.
Can I have a one word prompt, please?
Blue.
Guys. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Boop, 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 boop. That reminds me of Gushers, and I'm a little concerned with the amount of candy we're keeping in the pantry.
Yes.
I feel like it's not great that I'm having both lunch dessert and like 4 desserts.
Honestly, respect.
Lunch dessert also coined by my lovely wife, Emily.
I love that.
Which was not a phrase in my life before then.
I feel like everything in moderation applies to individual candies, too. If you just do a little bit of a bunch of ones, yeah.
It kind of is what I do.
Hey, shut up for a second. Hey! Welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Eric, Karissa, and CJ. This is the show where we talk
CJ.
over TV shows and movies and shows about our guests.
And
this week,
we are talking about
Whatcha
Whatcha
Been
Been
Watchin.
Oh, that went really well.
Nailed it.
First take.
Yeah, so Gushers, huh?
Yeah, we're still on the nerds gummy clusters
Yes.
or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been keeping a family-sized bag of that in our pantry.
Family size. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I keep it by my desk.
Oh, dangerous.
It's my emotional support bag of Nerds Gummy Clusters, family size. And we were joking recently that you can smell it from across the room if you have it open. It's just sugar. It is so fragrant.
You walk up the stairs to your office and it's just like wafting. I was like, oh.
But if you
Snack time.
read the nutrition facts on the back, it's like you can eat like 20 of those and it's like 100 calories.
Yeah, it's not the calories I'm really concerned about.
What do you mean? That means it's healthy.
No.
Low cal, low carb, low sodium.
I think the concern is when you get to your daily value amount of sugar.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're hitting that within one fistful of Gushers.
No. I eat them one at a time. You must savor them.
Right. Yes. I think I do that as well. I am a big proponent of we go to the pantry. Mm-hmm. I then take out individual things of stuff and then bring it to the couch with me.
I learned that from you.
Yeah.
It's actually a huge inspiration from you and Emily that you need to have several dessert options within reach.
Oh, yeah.
When it's time for dessert.
I'm trying to not bring the container with me because that's the dangerous part.
Yeah, you got to load up a plate.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. It's either I put them on the napkin I just used for the meal or a separate plate.
Yep. Pint glass of chips. I'm known to do that. It's portion control.
Oh, wow.
How do you... Is it hard to get your hand to the bottom of the glass, though?
Yeah, you just drink it out of it.
Just hands-free.
Yeah, it's hands-free.
I guess that is no different than what I do at the end of the bag of chips is tilt the chips and just swallow them all whole.
I have a funny story. I'm going to put my sweet husband on blast. Actually, this is in praise.
Just plug your ears.
Yeah, so it's several years ago. I don't know if everyone knows this, but I love chips.
Hey, same.
Hot take.
I love chips. And sometimes after I go to bed at a reasonable 8 p.m., Eric has snack time, and he will finish the bag of chips. And sometimes I haven't had a single chip from the bag yet. And so one time I sat him down and I said, hey, can you please just save me one bite of chip?
Not even one chip, one bite of chip.
One bite of chip, please. Just I don't care how many you eat. I just want a taste. I just want one little bite of chip. And so my sweet sweetie, sometimes he'll leave a single one. I mean, he took me really literally, and he'll leave one chip and some chip dust. But then it'll get pushed to the back of the snack shelf, and it'll just sit there for months. And then when I'm cleaning out the pantry, I find it, and I'm like, man, he really had me in mind, but I did not get to this chip.
That's the operative part.
Yeah.
Is notice that you never got to the chip.
Well, I didn't see it because it was the bag was all smushed down because there was like only one chip left in it.
Because I was hiding it.
Yeah, exactly. But I do, it makes me laugh every time, but I really genuinely appreciate it. You heard me. You took it really seriously. It's really thoughtful.
What size bag are we talking that you're down
Normal
in the
size.
hole? What does that mean?
Normal.
Like
not like a party size.
yeah, okay. Like the individual, you're getting it in like a goodie bag type size, or just like
No, like a full size bag of chips.
okay.
But keep in mind that we live in the era of shrinkflation. So these bags, and there's so much air in there.
Why
Have
they
you
put
ever
it-
noticed?
It's half air.
It's like half air.
And has anyone noticed that Jimmy John's got rid of thinny chips?
I am so mad.
What are
about
thinny
this.
chips?
They're the reduced fat ones. Obviously,
Oh.
as you know, we're all about low cal, low sodium, low carbs.
Yeah.
So we got to get the thinny chips when we go.
They they don't have them.
I didn't know that was a thing. I totally missed that.
They're also toasting their subs now,
I did see that,
which
where-
is kind of crazy.
yeah. That's all new equipment.
Yeah, I know. I think it's only for like, I don't know if you can do it with any of them, but there's like pre-made Jimmy John's subs. This is what you guys wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Actually,
so,
yes.
CJ, do you have a standard Jimmy John's order?
It used to be. I used to eat a ton of Jimmy John's because it was a block away from work on the way to grad school. Where I was
That's
going to
dangerous.
class after work. So my routine on whatever, like every Tuesday and Thursday or whatever it was leave work at 5 o'clock, walk one block to Jimmy John's, get a sub and a bag of chips, and then go to class like a half hour or more early.
Yep.
While the professor is setting up, and I just sit down and like wolf down a sandwich in front of him.
Hey, boys got to eat.
Yeah,
Growing boy.
I'm a big
Brain
boy.
food. Brain food. You gotta fuel before class.
And the key there is placing the barbecue chips on the sandwich.
That's right.
Okay, but which sandwich?
Back then, it was the slim one. Just
Okay.
ham and cheese.
Oh, wow.
Very
Okay.
boring.
I'm pretty sure that's Steve's order because I
think
picked
that's
us
what
up.
Steve
I
gets,
picked us
yeah.
up Jimmy John's recently. I'm pretty sure that's Steve's order too.
Now I'm like, okay, what am I in the mood for? Maybe some Italian meats, maybe like a turkey. And now I'm going on wheat instead of the usual
Yes.
white sub.
Yes.
On wheat is underrated.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love to get the veggie on wheat. It's so good. That
Yeah.
wheat bread is so good. I wonder if you can toast the wheat bread now.
Probably,
You're gonna have to
right?
give that a try.
It looks like they're only doing it with like certain like pre-made. It's like
That's
chicken bacon
lame.
ranch.
Yeah.
toasted.
The toaster's right there. Just
I know.
Put
I'm
it
like,
in.
just toss it in.
Just throw it in.
Wow.
Eric, what's your standard Jimmy John's order?
I used to just do like a turkey tom with the sprouts back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
But now Jimmy John's is woke, I guess, and they
Jimmy John's notoriously good guy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, so woke.
Mr. John.
Mr. John.
Is that like Papa?
Yeah, they're
Papa
both
John.
bad. Both
okay,
the Johns
okay.
are bad.
Papa and Jimmy are
Yep.
bad. Okay.
Both bad dudes.
But now I go Beach Club because it's one of the sandwiches. The turkey tom, they like scoop out a bunch of the bread.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a boat.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
But I go Beach Club
Bread
because
boat.
they don't do that, and it comes with double cheese.
Double cheese.
Ooh.
That's what I like about the veggie too. Is
Yeah.
double cheese.
Yeah.
What's the meat on there?
Turkey.
Turkey, still.
And
Okay.
like guacamole or avocado and tomatoes and cucumbers. That's the big one.
Not a fan.
It's good.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we have to move on, but I do have
we?
to. I have to discuss that at some point offline.
What other desserts you guys eat? We're
I,
going to set a new record for how long we could go without talking about.
well-
Fat Boy Juniors.
oh,
What was that?
Listen,
Mini
my
ice cream sandwiches.
my sister's girlfriend Becca. We love Becca.
love Becca.
Shout out to
We love
Becca.
Becca. Shout out to Becca. When we went on vacation, family vacation last year, Becca introduced us all to the Fat Boy Junior. So the Fat Boy is like a big, as you can imagine, ice cream sandwich. Just standard ice cream sandwich, but too big in my opinion.
Square.
So then they offer a smaller version that's called the Fat Boy Junior. And
Which is just, yeah.
it's just smaller. It's the perfect proportion of chocolate cookie to ice cream, vanilla ice cream. It's delicious. We have some in our freezer right now.
Yep. It's too funny to not get.
Yeah, the namey, the Fat
Yeah.
Boy that
Yes.
Junior is what's
Yeah.
perplexing me.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's good. Highly recommend.
We're big fans of the Hold the Cone from Trader Joe's.
Yes.
It's like a mini waffle ice cream cone.
Those are good.
Waffle ice cream cone.
Yeah, but they're like mini. So
We
it's
got those once.
yeah.
Oh, really?
The whole thing is like 3 or 4 bites. The way I mean them.
I could probably do it in 2.
Yeah. I really tried. Okay, fine. What are you guys watching?
Fine.
Well, the truth is, like, Karissa was on here not that long ago.
Yeah. Here, how about this? I wanted to ask you, what are you watching together? And then we can get into what you're watching separately.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, good question. Max, I got a bone to pick with Max.
The interface
Because-
sucks. All the interfaces suck.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, it sucks. And
And it's called Max now.
and
I can't stop
Zaslav-
calling it HBO. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they still do the HBO static at the beginning. I'm like, okay, so
HBO, I think, is still a channel, but then they also have Max. So there's like shows where it's like, well, we're on HBO, but because we're on HBO, you can watch it on Max.
oh, that's
Yeah,
stupid.
it's weird. Yeah.
That's like
See-
when we watch CBS on Paramount Plus on Amazon Prime. And it says that at the beginning. It'll be like, you're watching. And that's just so stupid.
God,
is
we
really
live in
dumb.
hell. But Max, I feel like nothing's going on for like 9-10 months
Yep.
out of the year, and then they have like 4 really good
Yep.
shows going at once, and so I always feel behind. So I feel like what we watch together is like the Max shows. So White Lotus, we just watched season 3.
It wrapped.
It wrapped. It rocked. It was fine.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Righteous Gemstones, which we're still catching up on.
Yeah, we haven't started that, but I'm very excited.
Super funny.
I genuinely, that show makes me laugh out loud in a way that so few shows make me laugh out loud. It is, I feel like we've talked about this on the podcast before, so
For sure.
I won't go too far down this road, but just like as someone who like grew up in the church and knows people who are youth pastors, I just like, what's that guy's name? Adam Devine.
Mhm.
His character is so spot on. It's so spot on. I'm like, it's so convincing. It's so hilarious. That show, man, cracks me up.
And just Tim Baltz is like,
Oh my God,
him.
Tim Baltz.
he deserves everything coming his way. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, we're not gonna go down this road, but Survivor really is the big one.
Yeah. we know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do watch approximately, I would say, 5 episodes of Survivor every week.
Yeah.
Um,
At any given time, we're watching 2 seasons. At
yeah.
most.
Oh, okay.
So we did just wrap season 19.
Yep.
Boring. Pass. Don't watch it.
I was mad the whole time.
I was so pissed. And then the finale, Eric and I both looked at each other. We're like, I just want to look up who wins. Like, I don't even want to watch. And this is
Thanks.
coming from 2 like pretty big Survivor fans. I was like, I'm bored. Like, let's just end this. But yeah, I have to sadly give you an update, CJ, on the current season.
Oh, no.
Your pick for Soul
Whose
Survivor,
name I definitely remember.
Charity.
Charity.
She bit the dust.
Oh.
She bit the dust. So Steve's pick, Chrissy, she's still in.
Yep.
And my pick, Mary, still in.
And Emily's pick. Did Emily pick Joe?
Yeah, Joe's still in.
The big Jack
I
fire.
can't
The
remember.
fireman.
probably.
Yeah. So the 3 of us are still in, but unfortunately, you have been eliminated.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you're really broken up about
Yeah.
it. hmm
Shit.
You haven't really keeping up with the season, and I had to break this sad news to you.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anything else that we're watching together?
No, that's really it. I mean, Survivor takes up really most of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm also glad Righteous Gemstones is back. Well, I'm sad that this is their final season.
yeah.
But I'm glad that anytime that show's back, because then they do all the PR stuff for
Yep.
it. I'm like, yeah, I get to see interviews with people I like. This
Yep.
is fun.
Totally.
God, they're so funny.
Yes. totally.
I saw a sort of like promo video where it was mostly Tim Baltz, and he has a mustache now.
Yes, he
And
does.
it was the promo video was like all of this new attention he's getting, and
Yep.
everyone was like, he's so hot and cool now. That really cracked me up.
That's good.
In a past season too, another just random like promo thing was Edie Patterson was like, hey, I'm here on the set. Like, let's go talk to some of the cast. And they go and knock on Tim Baltz's trailer, and they open the door, and he is sitting inches away from the door, but just staring with a blank face and like a fake smile of just like, and then it like scares Edie because he's so close. It's like, oh, hey Tim, and then he kind of like robotically like looks down, and is like, oh, hello. It's like, okay. They're just like doing bits for fun.
Those 2 together are so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're so
So
funny.
good.
this will segue nicely into something I'm watching,
Yes.
which is the show Deli Boys.
Oh,
I have never heard of this.
I've been meaning to check that out.
It's highly recommend it. We're like mid-season, only a few episodes in, but I love it so far. And Tim Baltz again
That's what I thought.
pops
nice.
up
Yeah.
where his character. This is not spoiling anything about the show. His character, he works for law enforcement, and his backstory is he infiltrated. Instead of the Proud Boys, it's like the Men of Honor or something like that.
No.
And so it's like him back at the law enforcement office being like, and so when I was undercover with the like Men of Honor, and he's like written a book about January 6th.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
He's just like the most like over the top into himself law enforcement character.
So
It's
funny.
it's
to,
awesome.
To see Tim Baltz in that role would be so funny, just on its own.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like, because he's just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still really cherish the time Emily and I went to I.O. and saw Tim Baltz and his wife Lily Sullivan do 2-Prov.
Whoa, what?
Just like
What?
And this was not even in one of the theater rooms. There was no stage. It was just the floor. So it was
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
folding chairs, and we were like 2 rows, so you're within, a few feet of them doing like an hour 2-Prov.
That's wild.
It was awesome.
Whoa.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
How
very
long
very
ago
fun.
was that?
A few years ago, I think. Before IO shut down and is now back and all that stuff. But yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
What was Tim Baltz's show that we watched together?
Shrink.
Oh, so good.
So
Yeah.
underrated.
That was my first introduction to Tim. And yeah, fantastic show.
That show's good.
That was one of the shows, when you start like dating somebody and you're like, I got to show you the stuff I love.
Yeah.
That was Shrink.
Yep.
It, like, even though I had already watched it 3 full times
Yeah.
the whole season, I was like, you got to watch this.
Yep.
And I, if memory recalls, Emily did also really like it. But yeah.
Nice.
And it's
Good one.
filmed in Chicago, so it's also fun to be
know.
like,
No way.
yeah.
I think I knew that.
They go to a like sex toy shop that was right around the corner from
That's
where I used to
right.
So
live.
Yeah.
incredible.
That's right.
Yeah, and the diner they go to, I think all 4 of us have been to. Maybe it's I don't know the name. It's on Irving Park. It's like just a counter, like just a row of seats and a counter.
I have no memory.
It caught fire a couple years ago.
Oh no.
Oh, wait. Oh, I remember going to this where it's just a counter. I don't
Yeah.
remember the place, but yeah. This is when Steve told us that Steve had some crazy thing happen with his housing situation.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I do remember this.
And he showed up and like told us this whole story.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, I'm just like having a
Yeah.
recovered memory about that
And that
because
was,
I
like-
remember that story.
It was like one of the first times we hung out with Emily too,
I think that may have been like the first
Yeah.
time you guys met
Yeah.
her or something
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
we should know what that place is.
Yeah. But also featured a drink.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Emily, we're missing her today. Is there anything else that the 2 of you are watching together?
That was something I wanted to, instead of like the normal season shows, I wanted to talk about like what do you watch on a more like daily basis, because we have sort of set routine things we watch, which are a lot of like late night or late night adjacent shows. I personally watch Colbert like every night on YouTube.
Yep.
I also, every other network or late night show needs to adopt how they are doing YouTube playlists.
Ooh,
Oh.
tell me more.
They have it set by date so that you can just click play
Yes.
and it plays all the videos
Yes.
in order of when they happened. So you get
Yes.
the cold open, then the monologue, then the guest. Seth Meyers, it's like reverse, and you can, or not in order, and so you have to guess. I don't watch enough Jimmy Kimmel to know,
No.
and I definitely don't watch the Tonight Show.
No.
Yeah.
But so I personally watch Colbert like that's my like bedtime routine.
Yep.
It's
Nice.
like
Yep.
he gets ready for bed with me.
Yep. Oh, that's fun.
That's cool.
And then we also always watch, Seth Meyers has a segment on his show called A Closer Look. That's his like very more lengthy, extended kind of dive into political stuff. The videos, instead of being like a 6-minute monologue, it can sometimes be just like 18 minutes of
Oh,
just
wow.
him
Whoa.
behind the desk. They're very funny. And then we'll watch the Monday Daily Show because that's when Jon Stewart hosts.
Yep.
And then depending on the topic and how sad it is, we may watch Last Week Tonight with
Oh,
John
yeah.
Oliver.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm really inspired by that for you guys to like really keep up with what's going on in the world because I don't.
I wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, I follow stuff on Instagram, but it is which is maybe not great, or I don't know. I guess it's better than not. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think there's a right or wrong way,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, I just like totally tune out the news, and my poor husband is just like who I ask about the news. I mean, like, I get some stuff on Instagram, but like I'm off, obviously, Twitter, and I'm not on Blue Sky. I'm not getting my news from like any source online. I'm mostly just hearing whispers and then saying, "Hey, what's this all about?" And then I make Eric explain it to me.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to also just like unfollow news stuff too, but it's that inner conflict of
Yep.
like wanting to know, but also then you're just inundated with bad news all the time,
Yep.
which also isn't great.
Yeah, and it's a privilege to like unplug from the news, and I recognize that, and I want to stay informed. I want to stay up on everything, but man, my mental health, I wouldn't say it's good,
Right.
but it is better than it was when I was reading the news all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you get like, yeah, if you're like reading the news and it makes you feel like shit all the time, it's like that's not doing anyone any good.
Yeah.
like
Right.
you're not, shit's still gonna be bad.
yeah.
So yeah, it's all about finding your personal threshold for that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
And I know Eric's been getting a lot of news on the other thing that he brought to talk about today. What do you do on a daily basis after I go to sleep and while you're enjoying your pint glass full of chips?
Twitch streams? Is this
Yep.
what you're? Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
This is like, when I was thinking about, okay, what do I actually watch? I'm not even necessarily recommending this because I think it can be a little bit hard to like break into. But I just want to put like a general plug out there that Twitch, I don't think people think about Twitch in the way that I think about Twitch. It's like, sure, it's like a gaming platform. People play games on there, and there's lots of like really, really popular live streamers on there. But for me, there's like this weird corner of Twitch where it's all these like alternative comedians who are doing very like innovative, funny, alternative comedy on there. They're like really taking advantage of the platform and like the live stream aspect of it, and like being able to be in the chat and like interacting with them, doing comedy. And like, the streamers I watch, there's probably like between like 200 and 1,000 people watching at any given time. So like when you're chatting, it's like they're seeing it.
Yeah.
And like you do feel like a part of it. I don't know. So yeah, like pretty much every day I'll watch a Twitch stream of some kind. Whether it's live or like, a VOD of, highly recommend. I don't know like what to recommend necessarily, but I don't know.
What has interested you in the last few days? What was something that
I think so? The channel Everything Now show, I actually think people could get into.
Yeah.
I finally, per your recommendation, checked that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it is very, very cool.
It's good.
That I think is an easy sell because they get really good guests. It's like people you would be familiar with if you're into that type of comedy. Like John Gabris has been on a bunch of times. Like James Adomian has been on. It's like sort of Comedy Bang Bang adjacent people, just like LA comedians you might be familiar with. But they have all these different formats of games. Like one of them is Subjective Jeopardy.
I
That was the one
love
I
Subjective
watched.
Jeopardy.
That was very funny.
It's so funny. You can donate like bits and they'll switch out who's playing Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, just like little stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. It's very creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest way to put it.
The one I watched was Jesse Farrar, JF.
Yeah.
And not the other co-host that isn't the Kickstarter sucks
Oh,
one.
DB. Oh, Stephen Heck.
Stephen
Yes,
Heck.
Yeah,
him
yeah.
and Tom Walker.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
combo.
Those are my three boys.
Yeah,
Those are the
Those
exactly.
are the guys.
So that
Yeah.
was like it. Per your recommendation, I like went on their channel or something, and then came or maybe you sent me that one exactly. I don't remember. But yeah, the Subjective Jeopardy was very funny, especially with those three. And yeah, that's for sure. When you talk about like taking full advantage of like the medium, they are so pros at like not even just the green screen, but like the props. And that somehow then they have like a green screen podium
Yep.
that they
Yes.
stand behind so that they can put an image on that even, or them like driving. The other one I saw was like the premise was just he's an Uber and he's going to
Yep.
pick up people,
Yeah.
so it's just a rotating cast of characters.
It's so good.
Another really funny premise is like you play like an RPG game and you like pick a character and like 3 of them will be standing there in different outfits and like they write this whole story where you're like, yeah, let's go in this room and like talk to this NPC and you have like a goal. I don't know. It's just like
It's very creative.
very creative. And what's nice is you can go on YouTube and a lot of these channels, they'll make like condensed versions of the recordings of the live streams. So, the live streams will usually be like 2 hours, but you can go and it'll be like a half-hour supercut of like. So, yeah, I'd recommend the Go Off Kings, which is Jesse Farrar and Stephen Heck, Everything Now show. Yeah, Tom Walker. Dead Blossom Jesse is another one I'd really recommend. And then I'll shut up. This is the last one. Dead Blossom Jesse. His name's also Jesse.
I love DBJ.
DBJ did a stream where he built in a cornfield, he built a big wooden box that you could pay money and it would fully rotate the box.
I saw like a clip of this or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the end of this run where he was doing it, he was like, okay, this is the last stream. Like, what should I do? Like, I'm going to disassemble this box. What should I do? And everyone in the chat was like, running it like a hamster wheel, running it like a hamster wheel. And so he's like, okay. And so he starts running. And the thing about doing that is you can't just stop it. Like it's going and it's going really fast. And then, he can't keep up with it. And so he's just getting, he's just tumbling around.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, stream's over. Turns out he broke his neck.
Jeez.
So the next stream he comes wearing a neck brace and is like, yeah, so that wasn't a great idea.
Yeah, and the video is horrifying because you kind of see him like realize that he's like seriously injured and he kind of like crawls over to the camera because he's live streaming and he's like, all right, it's over, see ya. And he like ends it really abruptly and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he literally broke his neck and he wore a neck brace for like a long time.
Well, wasn't it? It was like a full room, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that had like furniture in and
Yes.
stuff.
He had like
So
a
he's
camping chair and he like bolted because his computer is in there because he's streaming.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
like bolted the monitor to the walls. Yeah.
So
Just
he's getting
insane.
ragdolled in a
Yes.
furnished
Yes.
room.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then most recently he just did Box 2 Truck. Where he live streamed out of the back of a moving U-Haul
nice.
truck.
He learned nothing. He learned nothing.
That's okay. I gotta check out those. I've
Yep.
heard of him. I think about from other streamers like talking about him.
Yeah.
He's all part of that. Like they're called the Goo Crew.
Yeah, okay.
There's like this like crew of different streamers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that's I just watch them on YouTube. That's how
Yes.
Yep.
like
That's an easy way to get into it.
again a recommendation from you, Tom Walker. Like some of the hardest I've laughed in the
Yes.
past year are his amateur wrestling game videos.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then also his GTA 4, but all
Yes.
the cars are going 990 kilometers an hour.
Yes.
Those are so good.
Those are like, so he will edit those and condense them down, but I still watch like 40 minutes of him trying to accomplish one singular mission
Yeah.
in GTA.
Nothing makes me laugh like a broken video game. Like truly nothing makes me laugh like that. That is so funny. Second only to the time he tried to eat an entire watermelon live on stream, rind and all.
And fail.
And he was so confident. And I'm like, dude, what are you thinking? There is no way you can do this. And even if you did, it would make you so sick. Like, God, and you see him like, you see his demeanor change over the course of the video.
He's like
At
realizing
the beginning, he's so confident, and then as it goes on longer, you see like the realization settle into his face. Like, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
And then he's like still pushing, and then finally he's just like resigned to it. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Yeah.
But didn't he try a second time?
No, he famously ate 2 lemons.
Oh, that's
That's the one I've
Yeah.
seen.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the lemon one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Man, yeah, that guy very like the ideas both you can tell it's like for the chat and not for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then other ideas he definitely thinks are good and then quickly realizes, oh no, this was a terrible
Yes.
mistake.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Like him trying to flip a coin and land heads
Oh my
like
God,
10 times
yes.
in a row.
Oh my God.
And it takes him like a half a day
Yeah.
or something.
It
Yeah.
took like 8 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you see he did coin flip between two
Jesus,
tails?
no.
And he got it, spoiler alert, but he got it way quicker.
Way quicker.
And his initial, he was like, I knew tails would be easier. Like earnestly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
like those are the people I wish it's this I have a conflicting thought of like I want them to be more popular
Yeah.
because I think their work is so original and
Yes.
funny, but I think it only works because
Yes.
they are in full control.
Yes.
And it is just like that medium of being able to do whatever the fuck you want or are capable of.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly right.
And it's like, if you go to any like popular live streamer, the chat is like, you can't even read it.
It's
just
so
going
fast.
so fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's such a big part of it too, is like, so I like it that it's in this sweet spot where
Mhm.
like it's still human beings that are all interacting with one another
Mhm.
and not just like, yeah, a bunch of emotes or whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of streams, got a shout out, as I always do, the George Lucas Talk Show.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
Always.
They have a segment on their show when they do the live stream version where it's Darcy Carden reads the chat.
Oh, yes.
Because at one of her first appearances, she didn't realize she could, like, as a guest, whatever program, they're like, oh, yeah, you click this thing and you can read. She's like, oh, what? And then just spent the next 10 minutes, like, trying to keep... And then once people know she's reading it,
Yep.
it goes way quicker.
Of
She's
course.
like, hold on, wait, I can't, I missed that one.
Yep.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
good.
that's very good.
Well, while Eric's watching Twitch streams, I'm going to break form a little bit here because at that point in the night, we've already watched at least one episode of Survivor.
Okay.
I've been sitting in front of my computer screen all day. I'm done with screens. No more screens. So I wanted to talk about something that I've been listening to and something that I listen to as my nighttime routine. As
What
we
you
said.
been listening?
What you been listening?
To.
Yeah, that really rolls off the tongue. So for a long time, I've been listening to a podcast that's called Sexy Unique Podcast.
Love the name.
Sup.
Sup, Sexy Unique Podcast. They originally, it's gone through several iterations, but I think it started as like a Vanderpump Rules podcast, but it's two hosts, one of whom is one of my very favorite writers, Carrie O'Donnell, and they recap Bravo shows. So I know that neither of you watch Bravo shows, but
Correct.
for the listeners who do, they've recapped a lot of the Real Housewives seasons, and specifically the one that I love is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, obviously,
Mhm.
because I am fascinated by Mormons, and it's just so funny and interesting. But this podcast is for the gays and the girls, and they are so funny. And recently, I am now shelling out $5 a month on Patreon to
Nice.
listen to their newest show, Sexy Unique Bible Study.
Oh, wow.
Sexy Unique Bible Study. So just imagine two gays who normally recap Bravo shows are now recapping books of the Bible. They started at the beginning, Exodus.
Genesis.
Oh, wait.
You got to start where it all began.
Well, obviously, New Testament. Old Testament, obviously. Yeah, actually, I was trying to remember today what are the books of the Bible, and
Couldn't name a single one besides.
Wait, can you do
what's
your-
just-
yeah,
Can you do a
yes,
song?
yeah. So when I was younger, when I was little, I did go to Sunday school,
Mhm.
and I learned a Bible rap.
And let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Ready? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges. I'll tell you the truth about a book named
Ruth.
We got 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, and all those things. And that's what I'll remember.
One of the books is named Ruth?
Yeah.
I'm
Written by Ruth.
I'm so proud of you. And I recently learned that it's one of the only books of the Old Testament written from the perspective of a woman, and it's
We love that.
Quote unquote.
like 4 chapters long. It's just like the shortest book of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, women can be disciples, I guess, but like you only get a couple chapters.
I had no idea that Ruth was a biblical name.
Ruth
Neither
is
did
a
I
biblical
until
name.
I heard the rap.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So we are now through. Actually, this song has come in handy at trivia before because
yeah.
Oh, that's
there are
right.
often Bible questions, and usually Steve's our Bible expert.
Mm.
Yep.
Pastor Steve, but Dr. 420,
Dr.
Pastor
420,
Steve,
Pastor Steve.
Dr. 420, Pastor Steve, the Tool Man.
the Tool Man, the Toolman,
We don't
Mr.
know his
Toolman.
real name.
And so he's usually the Bible expert. But whenever there are like the one question that's coming to mind right now, there was once a question that was like, name books of the Bible where there are like 2 of them, and I was like, First and Second Samuel, First and Second King, First and Second Chronicle, and all those things. So I've been listening to that every night. It cracks me up. It's so funny. They're hilarious. To just talk about the books of the Bible from like the year 2025 from like a comedic standpoint is so funny and insightful and informative.
I also love that you're ending your day with some like laughter and joy.
Yes.
That's a great way to like.
I absolutely
wind
must,
down.
because previously I was listening to my true crime while I fell asleep, and we all know how
That's
that
bad.
how
Not
that
great.
went. We all know what was happening there.
Yeah.
So
Also, truly did not know Deuteronomy. My only
What
reference
was
for that
that?
is from Cats.
What-
Deuteronomy.
yes, Deuteronomy.
Well, if Emily was here, I was excited to hear about like what new show she was watching, like Bavarian Lumber Yard. or something.
I would watch the hell out of that show.
Oh, I would too.
I'll have her record a little voice memo, and I'll tack it
Yeah.
on.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you wanna
I want to
what
hear from her.
Emily's
I want to
watching.
hear how Emily's winding down for bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lately, it was White Lotus, which I thought was a bad idea.
I
Wow.
can't believe Emily was watching White Lotus.
This most recent season.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay,
Oh,
I'll have
wow.
to ask her about that. Because there's
stressful.
Yes.
it's scandalous.
So similar to your guys' setup, we're flipped, where I go get ready for bed and Emily watches another hour of TV.
Okay.
Well,
I
I'm
knew
doing
you and
my
I were
wind
alike.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing my wind down routine. She gets an hour to herself.
And a pint glass full of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do hear her sneaking over to the pantry for some more.
Hey.
You better leave me one bite of chip.
One bite of chip. Well, thank you guys so much, not just for this, but for really helping me out while Ken was away. This has been a
Anytime,
blast
dude.
as always.
CJ, I have to say, and I've said this to Eric too, I have so much respect for you and Ken. Even just as guests, this has been a lot of work.
Yes.
And very, very fun, and I've enjoyed every second of it, and please invite me back every day. But I just have so much respect for the work
totally.
that you put in and the time and the effort, and I'm not even doing any producing or editing over here. I'm just showing up and talking into a mic. So we appreciate you. We respect you.
Yep. Love the show.
Love the show.
Thank you for saying that. When does the fundraiser you guys are doing end?
Yeah, good question. Thanks for prompting. It's through the month,
Okay.
through the end of the month. So
Perfect.
end of April, we're cruising. We're like 3/4 of the way to meeting our goal. So definitely help us out. Yeah, I wish I had that URL ready.
It'll be in the show notes.
And
Okay,
it's
great.
People can check it out.
And if we do meet our goal, this is an update. If we
Oh,
do
yeah.
meet our goal of $1,000, one lucky donator will also be winning a second prize.
Round trip tickets to Chicago to
Yeah,
come meet you in
yeah,
person.
that's it. No, they will be also up to win a beautiful cross stitch that was lovingly crafted by friend of the show, Lauren Showen.
That's right. I just saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Very kind of her.
Yes. So she is an artist in her own right in many ways.
Absolutely.
And she
That's
generously donated some art for us to raffle off. So shout out to Lauren. And if you want to be entered to win that, you can help us reach our $1,000 goal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's, a good time to donate. They need our help, need our support. And if you're feeling like there's a lot of stuff going on and you feel helpless, this is one way to plug into what's going on and help some folks out.
That's exactly right.
Love it. Yeah, people can click the link in the show notes to do that. Encourage you to do so. I've donated myself.
Woo!
Yeah,
Goes
thank
to
you
a
so
great
much.
cause. You got like 2 or 3 more weeks before the end of the month
Yep.
when this episode comes out. So get on it.
Get on it.
Incredible.
Anything else you guys would like to plug or talk about?
No, not at all. Just wanted to say love you.
you
And this
too.
was really fun. And it's been a long time since the three of us have potted together. So this was great.
years, I think.
Literally years.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally years. So this was really fun, and I love you guys. I love my little family.
Oh.
I'm so lucky. And love the show.
I love you guys too. Next week, Ken will be back.
Woo! We miss you, Ken. We love Ken too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
we love
my
Ken.
he's not my husband or my brother-in-law, but I do love him as well.
I thought you were going to say, he's not my favorite.
I would never say that.
If you like the show, just go tell a friend. That's really all we want. Just spread the word. If you go up to one of your friends, be like, "Hey, I listened to this show where they kind of talk about movies, but mostly
Sometimes.
joke around for most of the episode. I think you should check it out and point them to us. And oh gosh, oh no,
Oh my God, I
over
think
here.
oh no, on
Uh-oh.
my house. Fuck.
Oh, no.
God damn. Okay, Ken really needs to come
Yeah.
back next week. This is.
I wonder if Ken gave
fuck.
them my address and your address.
Yeah, god damn it. Ken. The Overtalking Overlords are here. They're our ghastly otherworldly landlords.
How does Ken say that every week?
He goes into a trance.
He
so
does.
that's why I don't have it memorized like he
Most
does.
of what he says aren't words.
His
They're
eyes
just
roll in the back of
Yeah.
his head and it says it. But do the things that Ken usually says. We don't go tell a friend, rate us on all the things if you know how. Honestly, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, could not figure out how to do it on Apple Podcasts. Literally tried to rate a show I listened to be like, I'm going to be a good fan, and could not do
Nope.
it. So I don't know how to do it on there, but whatever platform you're listening to, go
USA
do it on that.
Cat.
Yeah. Call or text the show at USACat 1591. Email us at overtalkabout@gmail.com or call or text the show at that number I just said.
And there's also a website that ends with party.
Overtalkingpod.party, a very real website.
It's real.
That's a
I went
real
there.
URL.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days we'll figure out how to post more than just episodes.
Nah.
I know people have wondered what, because we do keep track of all of our ratings in just like a big Google sheet. Maybe in next year we'll figure out how to post that.
Love that.
That'd be fun. I could, get some data visualization going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd
put
be
your
fun.
skills
Get it
to work.
Tableau dashboard going.
Oh, God.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hate tablet. And as we like to say at the end of every single episode, I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
This episode of Overtalking was edited and produced by me. Very special thanks to my family and best friends, Eric and Karissa. The music you're hearing right now was done by the wonderful and talented Justin Peters. And don't worry, everyone, Ken is back next week. You'll get to hear all about his newborn babe and catch up on what he's watching and stuff. Okay, see you next week. Love you. Bye.